I never had a dog.
I haven't.
Well, boo-hoo. I mean, listen, David, you've now made yourself very sympathetic. Hello there. Welcome back to our rewatch, or for me, it's the first time watch of Dark Shadows, the original supernatural soap opera. I'm watching it on Prime Video. I'm not sure where you're watching it. I think it's in a couple of different places. We are on episode 30 of Dark Shadows, and I speculated in the last episode that season 1 wrapped up around episode 30. It's not 30, it's 35 is how they have it divided. That's when they moved to season 2 in the Amazon Prime listings, at least. I know the first real arc of this story is actually like 210 episodes long. That's before we get to Barnabas Collins and where things really go into what people think about as Dark Shadows. I'm enjoying this early watch. I hope you are too. I do want to remind you, if you're watching these on YouTube, you can go right now after this episode and go ahead and get next week's batch of episodes on our Patreon, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. All right, let's get into it.
That build on a single terrifying fact. I am alone.
Now, I mean, you can't be alone because Elizabeth don't leave the house, so. Spooky, scary skeletons.
Who is it? Who's there? Who's there?
Now that's a cold open. That's a Mike Flanagan scene right there. Spooky lady in a silhouette of dark dreariness. I'm assuming it was it looked like a lady. If it was a real person, if it had come through, my guess would have been that it was Matthew, the groundskeeper. We hadn't seen him in a while. He was supposed to be out looking for young Master David. I'll tell you this, I would not have my back anywhere near that window. Power was out for a little minute. That candle burned quite a bit there. Yeah, I'd hang on to that candlestick too, lady. Give him the old hi-ya.
They're out looking for David.
Wandering son is still among those missing, eh?
Your sister's gone to Matthew's cottage to see if he's found him yet.
Spare
Well, there you go. There's our answer for where Elizabeth is. I had said she hadn't left the house in 18 years. She still hadn't left the house. She just left the actual physical house, not the grounds, right? Also, 1 and 2 of our actors so far for this episode, we're working up to our limit of 5. Let's see who we have.
my son and Berg Devlin. The 2 people in this world I dislike the most.
Mr. Collins, you have no reason to dislike Berg Devlin.
Oh, of course not. He just tried to...
Now, I got to tell you, that's probably not the sentence that most people would have assumed you would have said. Once the guy says, Berg Devlin and my son, the 2 people I dislike the most, your retort sort of is expected to be, oh, you don't dislike your son? Nope. She was like, that Berg Devlin's a swell fella, actually.
to kill me, that's all. When my sister comes in, tell her I'm upstairs.
But it wasn't him, it was David.
What did you say?
You heard her.
It's impossible to believe, Miss Winters. Absolutely impossible. Person...
Is it, though? You started this with the 2 people that I dislike the most, remember?
With my car is Berg Devlin, and I know it.
What you gonna do with that valve, Berkey boy?
You afraid of lightning?
Oh.
Neither was I when I was a kid. But I had a dog, used to hide under the bed.
My dog is so terrified of lightning. We got her in a lightning storm, actually. It was raining, and she wandered up, scared in the storm. And we took her in. We tried to find the owner, and, you know, I didn't want a dog at the time, so it was not my intention to keep her. But she was adorable and so sweet. And once we had her in the house 2 or 3 days, she wasn't going anywhere else. So, she's our Rosie. We just had her, I think, 6 years, like 2-3 days ago, as a matter of fact, as I record this.
I never had a dog.
I haven't.
Well, boo-hoo. I mean, listen, David, you've now made yourself very sympathetic.
Hey, if I'm here any longer, I'll buy you one, okay?
Well, I'm sure Roger's going to love that.
You know something, Burke? You're nice. I mean, really nice.
Thank you.
I don't know how much I trust your endorsement, but...
Hey, would you set my car around front, please? Thank you.
What, you going to take it back?
Okay, Dave. Let's get going. You forget something?
Oh, my coat.
Yeah, you are not talking me out of Burke as David's daddy. I don't know if we've had an actual in-car scene yet. I think this may be a first for the show. So we saw Roger in his car when he had his crash in episode 15, but he wasn't speaking, and it was like 2 or 3 shots, mostly from the outside, actually. I think this might be no, wait, Burke drove Carolyn up to the house. Did they talk in the car, though? I don't think they did.
Well, it's not so bad. They'll yell at you, send you to bed without your dinner. Bye.
Well, he's had 2 Sundays already, so I think he's going to be fine on that front, Burke.
What was it? I'll get it for you, okay?
Please, I have to go back.
Just occurred to me, why is there a ticking clock in this car? Something in the recording is ticking. And they're driving in this car.
What did you forget?
Nothing.
Grillin' Burke. Oh, I'm a doofus. It's the windshield wipers. That's the ticking clock. Good Foley work. All right, excellent.
And then you say you brought the valve in here.
Yes. And I locked it in this drawer and then went downstairs to tell your sister about it.
There's our 4 actors, by the way, so far. We got one more surprise mouse tool to be found later.
A breakdown diagram of an automobile master brake cylinder. How to take care of it. Now take it apart and put it together.
It's funny, Miss Winters. I don't know whether to thank you or to hate you for this.
That is the most apt and true line that Roger's given in the whole show so far. Like, what a moment, right? You would want to know, I guess, because as I've said previously, you don't want a psychopath living in your house that you don't know about. But also, like, what a terrible thing to learn in actuality. Like, even though this is not a good relationship, clearly, he said earlier, my son's at least the second most disliked person in my whole life. But still, it's a hell of a thing, Roger.
I know how you must feel.
Do you?
Yeah, do you, Victoria? I'm so sorry is the way to respond to something like that, I think, Victoria, and just leave it at that.
We never know what monsters we create, do we?
Hey.
Again, I don't think you created him. That's just my thought. But my guess is that's old Burke and Dave down at the front door, so.
Perhaps someone's found David.
This is going to be a good scene with the 4 of them. That's my thought. Come on.
I was driving through town. I saw him walking along. I picked him up. The storm was getting ready to break. When he told
Burke about to turn our boy into an undercover agent. Watch him. You remember that lie I told for you, kid?
I remember I ran away from home once.
Yeah. Oh, you were going to get it a little bit different. My old man beat me so hard. Wow.
I asked you to empty your pockets.
He doesn't have
Do
it,
you hear
Pops.
me, or shall I do it for you?
Where's Aunt Elizabeth? I want to talk to her.
She won't help you now, David. Get that through your head. When a boy tries to kill his own father, there's no help for him. No help at all.
Well, Roger came around to the facts on this one pretty quickly, it seems like. I mean, it's what Burke's about to do, right? Is say that, I mean, I don't know what he's about to do, but I do feel like he absolutely lied for David so that he can come back to David later and be like, you're going to tell me everything that happens in that house, aren't you, kid? Got a man on the inside now, don't he? Well, I got a gremlin on the inside anyway.
Great old clock. It's almost 200 years old. Did you know that?
Which means it's 100 years younger than this family.
Mr. Devlin, please go.
You remember, Miss Winters, what I told you the night I met you when we both got off the train and I drove you into town?
To go back home. Don't ever think about Collinwood or Collinsport again.
Are you trying to tell me that I lied?
You did, didn't you? You did.
How many times did you tell me that you hated your father? That he wanted to send you away and you were going to get even with him?
I mean, quite a few. Then you woke up that one time in the middle of the night screaming, I did it. I didn't mean to kill him. I didn't mean to kill him.
I never meant it. I didn't mean it.
Well, you meant to go to that garage. Take the valve from the car.
Is this what you've been looking for?
No! Oh, my goodness. What a cliffhanger to end on. What's his play here? First of all, let's just acknowledge again, Victoria, excellent job. She's going to make a great future as a lawyer. Man. Excellent run here. And we've only got 5 left in what Amazon calls this first season. I'm super excited to see where this lands as we roll into the next arc, I guess. But boy, was not expecting Burke to just pull it out of his pocket. I mean, I thought that's one way this could go, but like, how is he going to frame it for him? So excited to see the next ones. If you are too, and you're watching this on YouTube, let me tell you, you can go over to our Patreon and get them right now. ArticulateCoven.com/join. $2 or more a month get you access to everything we do early and ad-free, including these videos. You get them a week ahead of time. So if you're watching episode 30 right now on YouTube, going over to our Patreon and you can watch 31, 32, 33 at least. I'm going to get a hankering. It's going to be hard for me not to roll all the way to 35 now, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, we'll be back soon. Thanks for everybody who's watching these and feeding back to us. We'll talk to you again soon. I have been Joel Sharpton for Articulate Coven.